Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Rythmia land. Hi there. It is our Saturday Rythmia time. Happy Saturday, wherever you're at in the world. This is Kim Stanwood Terranova, and I'm so happy to be with you here today on this beautiful, beautiful Saturday. Please tell me where you're at. Just type it right in there, your name, where you're at in the world. Say hello to me so that I can know who I'm playing in this field of consciousness with right now, because it makes me thrilled to know I am. That even though we may not be at Rhythmia, we're right here. So that is what we're accepting today. I love seeing those numbers come up. Somebody say hello. Say hello and let me know where you're at and what's occurring. Where'd you go? There you are. Anyway, I'm so honored to be right here on this Saturday, and I want to give a shout out to our Rhythmia team who keeps showing up so beautifully for all of us. How much I love Jerry and appreciate him, and that he is here to keep coming and greeting us every week, all the time, and bringing us his inspiration, and JJ and Paula and Meg and everyone at Rythmia that is right here with you in another world, just on Facebook or whatever way we can. So I want to say hello to all of them, and so grateful for them in my life, and grateful for them in your life and all of our lives. So today, in this beautiful land of heat, it's hot here, super hot. I want to talk to all of you about what's going on with us creating the miraculous life, because we are the miracle and we get to create the place for the miracles to land. I'm not sure, I'm not seeing if any of you are with me. It's not coming up on comments. So if you are, or if you haven't commented, please do so I know where you're at. Anyway, the miraculous. To live the miraculous, there's a pathway. To be on the pathway, we have to be present. So part of showing up fully available to receive all the miracles that are ours, we must be present. So I want to look at today, what's the possibility of being so present in our lives that we are moving through circumstances, creating the space for the miracles to land over and over and over again. Because if we're not present, we're not going to see them when they land. So I truly know that we came into this life to call forth the miraculous, that us being here is enough to create space for miracles to land. Our opportunity is to remember we live in a really full life. And as we bump up to what's occurring in the outside world, we can forget to prepare our spaciousness for all those miracles to have a landing pad. So I want us to look at that. Where in your life, where in my life, am I being so present that I'm allowing that moment to be enough, each moment to be enough, from this moment to the next moment to the next moment? Because if we're not in the present moment, we're going to miss the miracle as it just goes flying by. And if you hear noises, my beasts are on the floor with loud snores today. So when we come back to our breath, it takes us to the present moment. Every time we start to spin out into the next moment, worry, concern, what did I do yesterday? What am I going to do tomorrow? How am I going to get through tomorrow? We just pull out of the present moment. All power to create our lives resides in the present moment. So our ability to come back to our breath opens up the door to being in the present moment. So we have this amazing tool that's called our inhale and our exhale that could bring us back to each moment if we allow it, if we remember. I always tell people, I want you to remember. Like you came in with everything you need. And then we have this human experience and we begin to forget. The journey gets bumpy. And on the bumpy journey, we begin to forget that we have everything we need, that with every breath, we can come back to the present moment. But we have to learn the elements of patience, of remembering who we are in the midst of a confusing world, of lifting ourselves up in that remembrance and living who we are, which is a really big job. It's just a big job, but we signed up for it. And we signed up for it with the knowing that we could move through it by simply keep coming back to the present moment, to take our breath, ground us in the center, and get back to this moment. So forgive me, I'm going to address this one more time. I'm not seeing any comments come up. I know people are here, and I thank you for being here. And I'm sorry if I can't respond to you. I think Facebook is doing something new, and I'm not able to see what you're saying right now. So just know I'm grateful you're here. And hopefully sometime it'll show up so I can see you. So let's come back to the present moment. If we're moving through and we're spinning out in any way in our lives right now, I want you to just remember, wait a second, where can I just come back to my breath? With every inhale and every exhale, I become present. Yesterday, I asked a client when she was in the midst of an anxiety, just anxiety rising up and completely overwhelmed. I said, could you please go straight outside right now? Take off your shoes, get your feet into the earth. If you're in Costa Rica, I go straight, when I'm there, I go straight to the ocean, get my feet in the sand and sink. And remind myself that all I have to do is inhale and exhale. And with every inhale, I'm allowing more wisdom to come in, more ability to come back to the present moment. And with every exhale, I'm letting go of the moment that was just holding me, that I got hooked in. We have this innate built into our DNA system. Our body temple knows how to do it. We don't have to direct it. That brings us to every experience. It's how we show up at every experience that creates the place to live a miraculous life. If we are showing up clouded, confused by what's happening in the world, by what's happening in our own internal world, by fear, by resentment, by angst of the past, by guilt or shame, any of these patterns and many others keep us blocked from being open and receptive to the miracle that wants to land over and over and over. So when you've heard me talk about our practices and our practices being so important, it's because our practices keep the place clean, keep our field, our landing pad clean for all sorts of miracles to land, because they're always coming, always coming. Every moment is an opportunity to receive another miracle. Every breath is an opportunity to remember we're living a miraculous life. And every time we come back to being gentle with ourselves, exhaling the prior moment, coming back to this one, every practice of that opens the door wider for us to receive and then turn around and give right back. So, how often today have you said yes and thank you? Every time we say yes with our inhale, thank you, to remember that we're creating the space for more miracles to land. Our yes and thank you is a practice that allows, I'm just staying present. I'm just staying present. What's going on? Can I bless you with this? Yes and thank you. Can I tell you look great today? Yes and thank you. Can I tell you I miss you terribly? Yes and thank you. Our yes and thank you cultivates a heart that allows ourselves to see ourselves rightly as the miracle. Today, while you move through today, I just want to invite you to use those words as often as possible. Somebody's showering love upon you, showering appreciation upon you. Stand in it, own it, and say yes and thank you. And thank you for seeing me rightly so that I could see myself rightly, because you're just the reflection of who I am and who I forgot I was. In that moment, you just created more space for the miraculous to land. Every inhale, every exhale, every yes, every thank you, every ability to see through the circumstances that are occurring in the world, and to remember right in the core of the circumstances, there is something bigger that is happening that we can't see yet. But if we could hold the vision that the miracle's right here, I'm it, I'm living it, I'm experiencing it, and I'm saying yes and thank you to it, then we move through whatever it is we couldn't see to be the divine receivers of what Spirit has always seen. When I think about this as in seeing and knowing before it lands, I think about great, great teachers of ours that have always known the miraculous is occurring right in this moment and lived it. The people who did not get stuck by the evidence out in the world. Nelson Mandela didn't get stuck by the evidence and his circumstances in life to still create what he wished to create, to bring miracles upon the planet to other people and himself and his family. Did not stop, was not stopped. because of his circumstances. That in itself is a miracle. Martin Luther King was not stopped because of circumstantial evidence, still created with every breath a walk of truth that allowed others to see themselves rightly in his presence. Brilliant. Abraham Lincoln did not get stopped. Was told that he was red. It wasn't told that he battled with quite a bit of depression. The man was not stopped by it. Still moved forward, knowing that I'm moving through this to experience the miraculous in this lifetime in whatever way that means. That freedom comes from us standing as the miracle and being open to choose to live a miraculous life. It's a choice, but it's a choice, breath by breath, in the present moment. We each get to have another choice again and again. Last night, we had the joy of cozying up and watching the movie. First time I'd seen it, Ford versus Ferrari. Oh my goodness, such a good movie. And as I'm watching this, I'm seeing spiritual wisdom in this beautiful race car driver that I knew nothing about before this movie. But that when he sat on the track and just looked out and said, "Can you see it? Can you see the perfect run? Can you see," he called it something else, I'm sure, but these are my words. "Can you see the perfect race right here?" That he could see it, he could smell it, he could become one with it. He was seeing the miracle before it even was created in his life because he was in the present moment, seeing it ahead of him, saying yes and thank you, open and receptive for all that Spirit was to bring to him when he could not see it because of his circumstances. Circumstances were he wasn't going to be the driver for that race. He saw through that. Movie was phenomenal. Phenomenal. Just another place where we have so much evidence in the world, if we paid our attention to it, to where there's individuals that are making life-changing decisions every moment to bring miracles into their life, to be the miracle, for us to remember that we are the reflection of that. Harriet Tubman, Amelia Earhart, and there's thousands of people right now in history that are just present to living in the present moment despite all happenings of the world. So when I say despite, we're in it, we're not reacting to it. That's when we continue to create space for miracles to land. So with what's happening in your life individually today, what's happening in the world collectively, we have the opportunity to be the place that holds the opening for miracles to occur for ourselves and each other. And with every breath we take, to stay grounded, to stay in this present moment, to see through any circumstances that look so unbearable that we can't, in our human mind, see our way through, but our spiritual truth knows there's a way. We have the opportunity to be that place, that beneficial presence, to hold possibility of miraculous living for all with every breath we take. That's my invitation to us today, that we get to be there. That's what we feel when we're at Rythmia, that there's miracles happening everywhere, and we live them. And we get to live them right now, remembering that with every breath, wherever I'm at, I could prepare my consciousness to receive more miracles than I ever knew coming. And as you do, as you continue to see it in your inner eye, your outer experience will be the divine outcome of more good than you ever could imagine. Spirit has more good in mind for us than any of us could even imagine, because we haven't seen it yet. There's so much, so much. That's where we get to live. How can we stay in the present with every breath, creating space for more yes, please, thank you so much, I accept this and so much more, to be our natural language, to flow off of our lips, so that we are continually creating space to say, I'm living a miraculous life, no matter what's happening in the outside world. Okay, I want to read to you. You know I like to do that. Because this is totally appropriate to what we're talking about today. From Spiritual Liberation, Rythmia Bookstore, Rythmia Store, page 111. Reverend Michael says, are you a thermometer or a thermostat? Says, you will come to understand what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. meant when he described some people as being thermometers and others as thermostats. which is to say that there are those who give a reading as to what's going on, while others set the temperature. You are here to set the temperature, to impute the vibration that changes the atmosphere you inhabit. Raise the volume and live out loud in such a way that your character informs your expressions in this world. Do you love that? Live so loud that your character informs the expressions in this world. Take your clues from the internal guidance of your spirit, not from the external values of a world gone mad. Can I read that sentence again? Take your clues from the internal guidance of your spirit, not from the external values of a world gone mad. You will not only take a reading of what's going on in society, you will reset the temperature to one that honors the dignity of all beings, that contributes to world citizenry, that contributes to a world that works for all, that contributes to being the place where every breath we take, we're in union with every other individual that's taking a breath. Possibilities are endless. We get to choose them. So today, choose you. Today, choose standing as the miracle. Today, stand wherever you are, wherever you're at in the world, and say, yes, I accept the miraculous life. Thank you for it. And I continue to prepare for more miracles to land with every inhale and exhale I have, because my inhales and exhales bring me to the present moment. In the present moment, anything is possible. Do you hear that snoring? Is that wild? He's kind of big. He snores loud. He's in the present moment. All right, everyone. I adore you all. I adore my Rythmia family. Happy to be here with Rythmia as always. I bless you all on this day, and let me send you a blessing, because if we were in class at Rythmia right now, I'd be doing it in class. I'd be doing it when you stand outside of ceremony, wherever you're going. I'd be saying blessings for you. So let me do it now. Grateful, grateful, grateful for this moment in time. I bless us all that where we are at in the world right now, we are in this one field of consciousness. I know and accept that with every breath we take, we come into the present moment and create our lives by choice. Spaciousness for the miracles to land in each and every one of us. Spaciousness for us to know the divine timing is occurring everywhere, and that we open our hearts to say yes and thank you with every breath, every step. I bless Rythmia. I bless all of us being together again. I bless Jerry always, and I bless this precious day before us. And so it is. Amen. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you soon. Come join me on Fridays at 2 on the Our Love channel. And I'll see you soon. Rythmia, here, wherever. Be open for the miracles, because we are the miracle. Ciao.